Yeah, what up, what up, what up? Every once in a while, I'm gonna have to throw Fridge a bone on some nonsense. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? I know, like, he be going ham a lot of times, but like, he's kind of on point a little bit, right? So I heard about this on the Jimmy Dore show. I wanted to go look it up, and some crazy stuff happened, but more about that afterwards because I think I might have ended up on another watch list. Is what it is, my friends. Is what it is. So check us out. GOP reps want the same benefits for Americans serving in the Israeli army, right? IDF soldiers would get same protections as those serving in the U.S. National Guard or Reserves. In what might sound like something out of Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, or for more modern twist, Seinfeld's Bizarro World, two Republican congressmen have introduced legislation that would extend the same employment protections to Americans serving in the Israeli army as Americans who leave work and home to serve the U.S. military. In other words, no different than U.S. National Guardsmen or reservists, they are just fighting for another country. Over 20,000 Americans are currently defending Israel from Hamas, terrorists risking their lives for the betterment of our ally, said Representative Guy Rosenthaler. I don't like being involved in y'all's blood feud. I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't care about any of that at all. And I'll be honest with you, those Israelis have shot Christians. Christian Palestinians living in, Bethlehem. Which, in case you don't know, Bethlehem is a place where Jesus was from. You know what I mean? And by the way, this is Guy Reschenthaler, right? Just so y'all know who he is, right? More about him in a minute, okay? So, this legislation will ensure we do everything possible to support these heroes. That's a stretch. That's a stretch, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Who are standing with Israel, fighting for freedom and combating terrorism in the Middle East. As our closest ally in the Middle East continues to defend itself against terror, many brave Americans have decided to lend a hand, added Max Miller, Republican of Ohio. I'm proud of this legislation extends important protections to those Americans who choose to risk their lives in the fight against terror. Their legislations would, according to lawmakers, amend Title 38 of the United States Code, the Service Members Relief Act, SCRA, to include American citizens, including Israeli dual citizens who serve in the Israeli Defense Forces. The SCRA allows protections against foreclosure, default judgment in legal cases, repossession of rental property or leases, hiked interest rates on individual servant. This amendment also extended IDF soldiers protections under Uniformed Services Employment and Reemployment Acts, which extend civilian job rights and benefits for veterans and members serving, members of reserve components, and even individuals activated by the President of the United States to provide a federal response in national emergencies. According to the Washington Post, as of February, some 23,380 American citizens are currently serving in the Israeli army. Many of them immigrants through Israel, through reservists living in the U.S., have been called back to Israel to fight. Some 21 Americans in the IDF units have been killed inside Gaza. Another one died along Israel's northern border with Lebanon. Another was killed in Jerusalem while serving in Israel's border police. Military service is compulsory for all Israeli Jews after high school. Many stay on the reserves. According to reports, Israeli called up 350,000 reservists after the Hamas attacks. Representative Brian Matz, Republican Florida, calls the start in October shortly after the Hamas attacks, in which he showed up for work on the floor of the House wearing his IDF uniform. As the only member to serve in both the United States Army and the Israeli Defense Forces, I was always standing in Israel, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, listen. Okay, so this dude, okay, representative from Pennsylvania, from Pittsburgh. I'm not from Pittsburgh, but I'm going to keep this 100 with you, okay? This guy served as in the Judge Advocate General during the Iraq War. He convicted a whole bunch of terrorists, even, represented the people who and went after al-Asawi, right? You know what I mean? Now, I was like, well, maybe he's a Jew, right? Legit, that was my first thought. And it probably should be everybody's first thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, maybe he's a fucking Jew. You know what I mean? And I went looking for his folks, right? I was like, listen, who are his people? Where is he from? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on with him, right? And I found his mom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, like, dox anybody or anything like that, right? And it ended up sending me, like, through Azerbaijani's Facebook, right? To find, like, listen, it was fucking crazy. Like, the whole thing was absolutely bananas, right? And I'm kind of concerned about what type of list I might be on now, right? So I wanted to put this out here, right? Because, I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, listen, that shit sketches me out some, right? Hang on, wait a minute here. Look, this is what popped up, right? When I went to go try to find, like his mom, because I was like, listen, who is this person? Right? You notice the language here, right? This is Azerbaijani. Why is this Azerbaijani? I don't know why this is Azerbaijani, right? But like, it's kind of bananas, right? In the end of the day, but yeah. So like, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I went looking for, I went to like, it ended up like taking me to ancestry.com. I was like, where is Reschenthaler from? Like, what type of people are they? Right? Because it's a crazy name to me. I've never heard anybody named Reschenthaler before. I was like, maybe he's Jewish. I don't know. Maybe it's a German Jew. It sounds German as fuck. It says it's British. Like, listen, you know what I mean? Right. So I went digging a little bit in ancestry.com and I found other like famous Russian dollars. And then I found like his grandparents. And yeah, it said private. Guy's a spook. You know what I mean? He's the majority whip or the minority whip in the house. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. 100%. I don't know. But listen, I figured y'all should, be aware of this, because this is absolutely bananas that we want to give, American military benefits to people in fucking Israel. That is absolutely the most insane thing, right? It's not, because this is clown world, Wait till the memes come out about Donald Trump, bro. Like, listen, we got this. I'm gonna holla at y'all. Peace you like one. I'm out.